Cyber Monday sales.
Oh my gosh. There's got to be 150 tomatoes on the ground over here. This basket I can't pick up because the basket will break. I'm guessing 35 pounds of green tomatoes. My wife took like 30 pounds of green tomatoes into work, and I said, share them, see if anyone wants them. So one of the ladies took it. Thanks, Sonia. She made green salsa. So let's give her a taste here. Wow, that's good. That's so good. There's a lot of cilantro, but it's really good. Kind of funny. November 15th. Because I'm just going to sprinkle the layer. There's worms in here. Look at that. Oh, that just looks beautiful. It's nice and warm. Look at that. Can you see that steam there? Man, that's great. That's exactly what I want right there. Hey guys, Doc. Can you believe that everything is still green here? It's just amazing. We've had a warm fall for sure. Real quick, big promotion going on by Anderson's. They contacted me and asked me to pass it along to you guys. 20% off everything that they make, including human char, PGA, everything, for one day only. Plus, I'm going to tell you about how you can get a $1,000 check. We're giving a $1,000 check every single month to one of our subscribers. I've already written one. We got 4 more to write. What else am I going to talk to you about? I'll introduce you into a little process. You guys gave us some feedback about this compost that we make with the humichar and the organic matter. And a lot of you guys said, hey, can you make that an all-in-one so I don't have to go buy all this different stuff? So over the past year, we've been testing and developing a product, and it's about to be launched in February of 2021. So I just want to show you the process and testing that's still going on, but I'll show you the website I'll talk to you about the website that we're doing for it and the testing and some of the videos. It's kind of cool to see how that product develops, not just from my mind and not from the research people at Anderson's, but also the input from you guys. That's kind of cool. Also, I did a mattress video a couple weeks back, and a lot of you guys actually bought that mattress, and I'm glad you did because it's fantastic for the money. It's a value price mattress. Again, we're not talking a $2,000 mattress. We're talking $390 for a queen delivered mattress in a box, about $500 for a king mattress in a box, and it sleeps wonderfully. We bought several different ones for the beach house and for here. Here's a good idea. I'm gonna give one of these to my son and his girlfriend. They've been dating for 7 years or something. They've been together forever. Well, since COVID hit, they're actually living together now. And they were talking about a mattress. He loved the mattress I got down at the beach house. He stayed with me, and so I'm going to give one of them for Christmas. What a great Christmas present. If you've got a young couple, a student, or just someone that you think, hey, it's a great present, dude. They use it every single night. So it's a great way to give something. So I'll put a link in the description below to the video that I shot, because there's a special code to get the best price and everything. So in the description, I'll link to a page. I'm going to put the information about the Cyber Monday sale, and I'll put the information again about the mattress. I'll also walk you through at the end of this video and show you how the grass is looking. It's pretty cool. All right, so anyways, I wasn't sure how I was going to do this. Anderson's is going to do a one-day sale. So I thought about this. How do I make it easy for you guys? So I'm going to put in the description below, I'm going to put a page. And on that page, I'm going to link to their store. And I'm going to put the code up early Monday morning. It's the 28th or something? I think that's the date. I'll put it up here if I'm wrong. Monday the 28th. So come back to my website. Go on your phone and set yourself a reminder. Go to Doc's website on Monday the 28th. And what you're going to do is You go to the store, put the stuff in the basket, and then look at my site, and I'll have a special code there, which won't be there until the day that it's there. You put the code in, and they'll give you 20% off everything. Now, that's big on something like Humichar, because Humichar we're putting out during the winter, and it stores really well. That's one of the nice things about it. I've got bags that are a year old now, and it just doesn't absorb moisture. So that's the nice thing. If you want to stock up on Humichar for the upcoming season, you can. Fertilizers, if you buy fertilizers, you really need to take fertilizer that you're going to store and double wrap it. Put it in a trash bag and then double wrap it. It's a long story, but when they stack bags on a pallet, it has to have a pinhole to let the air out so it doesn't explode. So it's not like there's a lot of air transfer, but it can bring in some moisture. So if you buy any kind of like fertilizer product, don't just throw it in the shed or garage. Double wrap it in some garbage bags to keep that moisture out, and then you can store it long term. Humichar, you don't have to worry about, so you can get some Humichar. That's pretty much it. So what I'm gonna do is I came out here last night or night before and just shot some of the green in the grass. It's so green and beautiful, I had to shoot it. And I might even throw up a little bit of some of the testing we're doing with this new product. Again, the new product is the garden, is for the making compost for your gardens, for your vegetable gardens, for your flower gardens, and everything just explodes. It's unbelievable. Now, if you don't know this story, this is a great story. Every year my tomato crops get hit with fungus. It's just because there's no air circulation. So we get a bunch of tomatoes, we get 100 pounds of tomatoes out of like 6 little plants, and then we pull them out. Well, this year I was over at Walmart, I think in August. Yes, in August, I was over at Walmart, and they were getting ready to throw away some tomato plants. They were like 8 inches tall, and I bought them for like $2 a piece. And I said, you know what? Let's do a second planting. So we made some more of this Humichar compost with the organic matter. No fertilizers. We don't use any fertilizers. And we planted them, and man, they just exploded. They got up to 8 feet tall, and we pulled close to, I think it was about 80 pounds of red tomatoes off of them. And then 2 days ago, Jess came out here, and I don't do green tomatoes. And I had her pull all the plants and the tomatoes. We pulled 72 pounds of green tomatoes off this plant because we have frost. So then they were shutting down. So we pulled 72 pounds of green tomatoes off those 6 little plants that were 8 inches tall that we've already pulled, I don't know how many pounds of red tomatoes. It was just a really cool little example of how this stuff, without any fertilizer, this compost works. So anyways, I'll just mix up some footage for you. Hope that's cool. I'm going to the beach at the end of this week. I'll be going down to the beach house and shooting some videos. I'm doing some pressure washing. I'll be meeting my general contractor. Hit subscribe. You don't want to miss any of it. Howdy. So I got to say, this is pretty incredible. This is November 17th. And I want you to look at this. That's just incredible right there. November 17th, Bermuda grass. We have had a really warm fall, and I've sort of let my grass get a little bit long. Well, for me, long is like 1.5 inches, 1.75 inches. But I just ran the John Deere over this, picking up leaves all around, and man, I gotta tell you, it just looks fantastic. So one thing that we're doing out here today, or now, because we've got the cooler temperatures moving in, is we're starting to do our final testing on this product that I mentioned to you guys earlier. The product name is Dirt Booster, dirtbooster.com, and it's based on the same testing and formulation that we did this past year with our vegetable gardens. But a lot of people asked for an all-in-one product. So I went to Anderson's, and we did some testing this past summer with a corn concentrate dried product, a distillate product, and it really worked out well. And I've got testing up for you guys, all kinds of stuff. But as you can see, today we pulled out the rest of the tomatoes because we finally had a frost. They were doomed. We got more frost coming in tomorrow. But these are those little tomato plants that were 8 inches tall. We bought at Walmart. We bought six plants. They were 8 inches tall. We bought them for $2 a piece. And we planted them in August. Said, hey, maybe we'll get some tomatoes. Well, let me tell you what. We pulled close to 100 pounds of red tomatoes, and then today Jesse came over and pulled the rest of them, and I'm going to show you a clip of that. It's really cool. I think we actually weighed it. I said, we got to weigh this crap. We weighed it. It was 72 pounds of the last one on green tomatoes, and I haven't gotten them all. So you can see the gardens are shutting down. I actually have some beans I left up, lettuce, carrots. There's some coriander back there, but I still have tomatoes all over the place over here. And we also did have some tomato plants over here too. And look at all these tomatoes. They're just all over the ground. Now you're gonna say, Doc, why didn't you pick them up? Because when you see how much we got, we didn't know what to do with them. We're trying to give them away. So the fairway is still looking pretty good. Now this is annual rye. I cut it down short with a reel mower. It did okay. It really didn't do that great. So I think I'm just going to use the John Deere to cut it and leave it a little bit taller. It really needs, we have a lot of shade over here. So I think this grass really needs to be probably about 2 inches, probably a good 2 inches tall. The green, I was supposed to cut it today, but we've got a frost coming in tomorrow, so I left it kind of shaggy and long. So it really needs to be cut, but I found that if I hard cut this right before cold weather, that what ends up happening is it sort of goes blah, and it sort of doesn't go dormant, it just goes blah. So I'm going to leave it long. This is part of this Dude Buster. This is part of the Dirt Buster series that we're doing. Now, we've been testing this stuff, gosh, for over a year now. And one of the tests that we did is we went to Walmart late in the season and we bought these 8-inch tomato plants that they were throwing away. And again, we went to a second planting with more of this Dirt Booster soil. Now this time we were using chicken feed. This time we simply went with the corn-based concentrate along with some molasses particles, the normal formula. And these plants were they were up growing before the frost hit, 7-8 feet tall. And what were you saying? Jess is here and she's cutting them.
I found some of these stalks on this plant that started over here and went all the way back this way and over to the very end of this planter.
So like 14 feet almost. Some of these are 12 to 14 feet, some of these vines that are growing all in here.
It's ridiculous.
It's crazy. And so what we're doing now is, my wife doesn't cook, so, and there's a ton of green tomatoes. Now this is November 16th?
I think.
Yeah, I think. And we're pulling red tomatoes still, but the frost is coming in and we have so many green tomatoes on here. You can see on the ground just where they're falling off as she's doing it, but I'm going to show you something amazing. And look at this. Step over here. So this, let me get out of the sunshine. This basket I can't pick up because the basket will break. I'm guessing 30, 35 pounds of green tomatoes. Now that's just the green that we're harvesting.
And we're far from done.
And she's only half done with this one. So, and there's more. Oh, there's a whole nother thing over there. So the tomatoes that were over here, we've even got more over here. So she's harvesting those out. We're cleaning all this up. But look at them all on the ground. Oh my God, look at them all. Oh my gosh. There's got to be 150 tomatoes on the ground over here.
That's not including the small ones that are still on the plants.
Yeah. I mean, just absolutely. Now again, this was with zero fertilizer. No fertilizer. Jess was here the whole season, and all we did was she helped me on some of this, mix up this super compost, and that's all we used all season on every single plant in here. It was just this stuff, and it was just absolutely amazing, the results. Even still, the lettuce, the seeds that we threw down is all growing crazy in there. So anyways, just a little update for you guys. I mean, this stuff. Such a sweet lettuce. I don't even know what kind it is. Really good. So what I'm going to do after I stop chewing is I'm just going to come out here and I'm going to do an experiment inside this soil and see if I can get the microbial activity in this cooler weather to kick off with this stuff. That's all I'm doing. All right, so normally you would take a regular garden sprayer or lawn sprayer and put about a gallon, half gallon to gallon of just warm tap water and mix in your recharge pack. I don't have a clean sprayer that doesn't have some kind of like insecticide or something, so I'm just going to use this bottle and hopefully it sprays out. We'll see. So we just open this up, and it's almost like a dusty kind of powder. I'm just going to dump that in. Then I'm going to take my dirt booster. Now I'm doing this right into my soil because my soil here is really rich from this past year. So normally what I would do is I would take a bag or two of black cow compost manure. You can get it at Home Depot or Lowe's. And I would set that aside and I would make this pile there. Now that's my super compost. I then take that super compost and I mix it into my gardens or right around where my plants are going to be. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm going to make some, but I'm going to make it right in the soil. So basically all I'm going to do is I'm just going to sprinkle the layer. There's worms in here. And what you're going to see, let me grab the camera. Look at them in here. Look at the worms going around. So basically you will see the organic matter, which is the corn, the dried corn distillates, molasses particles, and the humichar pellets. And so what I want to do now is I just want to wet this a little bit. You just want to get those humichar particles wet. Then take your microbial pack coming out. You can see it's kind of a brown spray now. I'm going to take my microbial pack, spray that. Now I'm going to put a layer of dirt or manure. I keep saying dirt, but it's really manure is what you're going to use. Again, another layer of the dirt booster. Nice and heavy. We're going to wet it. We're going to spray it with the microbes. We're going to put more dirt or manure. And just keep repeating this. And then I'm just going to start mixing this. And it should feel a little bit damp, it should not feel wet. And I'm going to keep spraying a little bit of microbes in there. And the only reason I'm using the microbes really is because of the cooler temperatures. And microbes are good. Good microbes fight bad microbes, fight fungus. And there are just millions of them that I'm spraying in here. All right, so now what's going to happen is all this microbial activity is going to start to act. This yellow stuff will turn white. It'll look like it's molding, but that's the microbes going to work. And it'll get really hot. So I would say the minimum is about 110. I've seen it go up to over 130 degrees. We're in November. We're going to see what happens. I don't know. We've got some cooler days coming up. So now all I'm going to do is I'm just going to pile this up. And we'll come out here tomorrow morning and see if there's any activity started yet. Should be pretty cool. So let me show you what this pile looks like when I start to turn it after about 2 days or so. So I stopped what I was doing because I wanted to show you this. See how I've got this kind of like white mold here as I'm turning it, and that's good. And what I want to do is, you can see it there, I want to kind of break that apart and stir it up again. Okay, so we're back to pile number 1. The pilot is activated. And what I'm going to do is, I've got more of my microbe stuff left over. So let's get this back in gear. Look at that. Oh, that just looks beautiful. It's nice and warm. I don't know if you can see the steam coming off that or not. Look at that. Can you see that steam there? Man, that's great. That's exactly what I want right there. That's what I want. So I'm just going to sprinkle some of this back on here. I'm going to turn my pile. And just mix all this stuff back in here. So, I'll be honest, I actually forgot about this pile yesterday. So this has been sitting here for, what, close to 3 days. And it was, what, 60-something degrees. Alright, so now I'm at 100, let me get the camera. I am at 126 degrees, 127 degrees. And it is toasty in there. Oh, look at the steam. Look, so if I pull this up, you can see the steam coming out of there when I open that up. Hopefully you can see that. So that's just a good little look. I wanted to show you guys how a product comes about. You know, we've been working with this stuff for what? Almost 2 years now, and we finally got it to the point that we can sort of make it an all-in-one product, which is really cool. We're sending off soil samples constantly. I've got two more sets of soil samples that we're sending off to Clemson for testing, but it's just phenomenal. It's just nice not to have to worry about fertilizers inside your garden, have that really high microbial activity, and see the kind of produce that gets produced out of this. Man, there's a lot of lawnmowers running over there. So we got our frost this morning, and hopefully, more than likely, the lawns are going to shut down. But I just came out here, and I threw some water on the green. And believe it or not, the green's still looking great. Look at that. That's just crazy. That's just really looking nice. I'm leaving it a little bit long right now, just because of the cold weather, but it sure is pretty.